Well, a big good morning to each of you guys. I'm Lindy Jones, your Sunday morning host here at Rhema CC. Welcome to Sunday, welcome to 2024, and I do hope that your last, actually a couple of weeks, I have to say, have been especially good. I really do hope that you've had a lovely Christmas, that you've had an awesome New Year, and that you've had a chance just to recollect and sort of just get yourself together after a busy season, probably even a busy few years if we're really honest. I hope you've been able to just have some time out and just get ready for what I hope and pray will be an awesome 2024. Now this morning we're doing things a little bit differently again. So if you do listen to us here at Rhema CC on a Sunday morning, you will know that most weeks I sort of explore different themes, and it's just something that I've just kind of gone with as God's gone, okay, Lindy, let's do it like this. I'll give you different themes to explore and you can look into that and just see what you come up with. And it's actually been really cool just to be challenged by God in that way and to be able to bring about what he's been stirring in my heart and on my mind and just present it in a way that really kind of gets us all thinking from a different perspective or different perspectives. It's been really affirming for me to be able to, just to be able to just focus in on him and listen to him more clearly, because I had that accountability, and honestly, it's pretty cool to be able to do that. I don't know if pastors just sign up to the idea of preaching every week purely because that way they have to really dig into God's word. I'm not sure if that's part of the system or how it works, but I know for me this has become a real avenue of being accountable to other people. I've always been a deep thinker, and it's actually quite hard for me to think differently and to stay on a surface level. I've always struggled, honestly, actually, if I'm very honest, I've always struggled even with things like play groups and things like that, because to dig deep and actually talk in deep conversations is not sort of the thing that you sort of experience when you're in a play group with mums just trying to do life. So I've always struggled with that sort of thing because I can't have those big deep conversations, I guess, if you like. It's a bit of a tricky one for me to stay on the surface level, but I know it's incredibly important. Having said that, I've worked with all sorts of different people, so you learn those. It's a need. You need to be able to connect with and communicate with people on whatever level they're at, wherever they're at in their own life. But this week, obviously I've mentioned that I'm a bit of a deep thinker and I like to go quite deep on a Sunday morning, but this week, no, we're going to play things differently. We're going to play a different game. We're going to talk surface stuff, but kind of cool stuff as well, because we're looking at our own backyard. Now, if you're just joining us from somewhere else, if you happen to be a tourist in the area, this might be something of benefit to you. You might be thinking, what can we do while we're up here or down here or whichever direction you've come from? But also, I want to just say to you guys who actually live here on the coast, I want to encourage you guys to get out and really embrace what we have in this area. A few years ago, I was challenged myself. My husband and I took a few weeks off after a few years being here. Got myself around that time. And worked out that we needed to just be our own tourists in our backyard and work out what's up here and have a look and see things for what they are. The Central Coast is so big, and we often forget that what's in our little region is only a tiny glimpse of the whole region itself. So I want to encourage you guys, if you are someone who is just on holidays at the moment and thinking, what do I do with myself this time? There are plenty of options. We're going to explore some of those today. If you are here as a tourist at the moment, welcome to the Central Coast. Please feel free to join any of our churches here on the coast, because we have some pretty awesome pastors and some pretty awesome churches in the area, and they would love to see your new faces. You are more than welcome, and absolutely get out and about and meet some new people. Anyway, I'm going to start with this, Nora Head Lighthouse. We happen to be on the northern end of the coast, my husband and I, and Nora Head is a big place that we tend to pop in and out of almost daily. Well, I wouldn't go that far, but any chance we possibly can. Nora Head Lighthouse, they do tours, so the kids can actually go up and explore the inside of the lighthouse. And my kids have always loved that. I actually need to go back and do it again. So having said that, as I'm just speaking now, I'm like, right, I have to book this in this week. I'm pretty sure from memory, and this is just memory, I'm not looking it up on anything at the moment. I don't have the accurate information, but I'm pretty sure it's between 10 and 2 each day. They offer tours. But yeah, you can just turn up and just, if they're open, just go on in, and there's some awesome volunteers that help out with stuff there. They might do tours with you. If not, there's just a gorgeous view. So take time and just get out and about and just see nature doing nature stuff. Pretty phenomenal when we think of the creator who actually puts the ocean in its, I don't even know how to word it, but just the way that the ocean waves come in and out, and nature just does its thing, and the rocks change colour and change the way they're presented throughout the year. It's pretty cool to watch. But let's get back to Nora Head Lighthouse. Absolutely, if you can get out there, great place to start, and it's nice, and it's actually a nice cheap day out, so that's a bonus. Anyway, I'll see you guys back shortly, and we will explore more of our own backyard. Welcome back to you guys here at Rhema CC. I'm Lindy Jones. I'm your Sunday morning host, and I just have to say welcome to Sunday, yes again. I do hope you're having a great time with, that entry stage to the year. I hope that things are going well for you. I hope that you have been able to get some real time out. I hope that you're still able to get some time out. Now on that, so this morning I'm talking pretty surface level stuff today, but it's kind of cool to check in and sort of think about what's in our backyard, what can we get out and see, what can we experience in the area. Perhaps you're here on a holiday. Welcome if you are. It is awesome to have you guys joining me this morning. I do hope you're having a great time out from wherever your normal everyday life is. I hope that that the coast is giving you a reason to smile. So welcome to Central Coast anyway. So this morning, as I said, we're looking at a few things that we can do in our own backyard. We often forget to just check out our own region. We sort of stick with what's around us, and we forget that there is options for us to explore. So I thought in this segment we'd sort of spend some time talking about the entrance and talking about let's go to the Wyong Milk Factory. So the entrance, obviously, great holiday spot. So if you may actually be staying there at the entrance at the moment. Doesn't it feel like holiday even when you live there? You just kind of get across there. I don't know about you guys, but every time I visit the entrance, it feels like I'm on holiday. And you just sort of walk down that main street, and you know that you're in there, amongst the beach. And I don't know, it's really weird. You get across there and you just feel like you're actually on a holiday, even though that you live only a few kilometres down the road, really. Well, that's if you're in the region. But absolutely, if you can get to the entrance, it's a great place for an ice cream, for fish and chips, or whatever your thing is. We're a bit, should I admit to it? Mexican is our thing, so that tends to be a reason that gets us over there. But absolutely, you've got Baddo Bay just up the road from there. And obviously you've got your shopping facilities there. So if you need to do some shopping, that's a great place too. The entrance obviously does have shopping as an option too. Not as big as Baddo Bay, if you're really thinking that logistically and that, in terms of the things you need. But you've got the two sort of overlapping. So if you're in the area for the entrance, by all means stop in at Baddo Bay as well and just sort of call time out and just, I don't know, I'm sure the shop owners would be happy for me to say go and spend some money. I'm sure they'd be okay with that too. No, I don't have any business investments there, so there's no crossing over any line. So anyway, so that's a good place to start. The entrance, absolutely, and you've got the pelican feeding, and I think it's 3 o'clock from memory. It's a good idea just to call time out and just head over there, especially if you've got the kids. They've got the playground there. I love playgrounds. No, I don't really love playgrounds, but my kids do, so we are often at the playgrounds, and I've been doing that for a very long time. Still got a long time to go too. Anyway, okay, Wyong Milk Factory. That's a nice little escape too. It's a really nice little place just to kind of, it's one of those, when you need to call milkshake o'clock. That's what my mum calls it with my kids. She'll often say, right, we'll go to Wyong Milk Factory for milkshake o'clock. Who's up for it? And the kids, of course, are always, yep, I'm there. Got a playground there for the kids. There's the gym there if you're interested in signing up for that while you're, I don't know, wanting to get fit for the new year or something. Again, no advertising there. I have no links at all. I'm trying to think of what's over there. I think the cheese factory is still there too, from memory. I haven't been there for a little while, but it's a nice little escape, and you've got all sorts of options for food, for eating. Yeah, so that's another place you can sort of escape to. I personally, myself, I love the drive from Wyong Milk Factory. We are heavily linked with Wyong Christian, which just happens to be across the road from Wyong Milk Factory. And the road, Allison Road, when you're heading out towards, I've gone completely blank, but when you just keep driving and you just keep driving and keep driving, one of the most beautiful drives if you just need to get out of the house for a bit. If you need to get your head together, that's really, really cool. Just keep driving along Allison Road and just keep following. It's a really gorgeous drive. So that's another option too, because I know in holidays sometimes where you just need to get out of the house, but you don't necessarily want to socialise. You just want to call time out and just be somewhere else. So certainly from Wyong Milk Factory, I can recommend that drive. It's just, nice little escape. It's all sort of farm and it's beautiful. Anyway, I'm going to leave it there for this segment, and we'll be back with some other ideas shortly. And a big good morning to you guys. Welcome to Sunday morning. I hope you are having a fantastic Sunday morning. I'm Lindy Jones. I'm your Sunday morning host here at Rhema CC, and I honestly love being a part of this ministry here. It's fantastic to spend some time with awesome people, because there really are some awesome people on this team. And you know what is even better about being part of this team is that I have to know a little bit more about what's happening around me for the most part, which I can be quite, what's the word? I can kind of cut myself off and just be in my own little zone. I guess we can all do that. We're probably all a little bit guilty of doing things like that, of just knowing what's going on in our world. But today, for this particular purpose, I am learning that I need to. No one's asked me to. It's just something I feel like I should be doing. I need to learn more about what's happening in the world around me in the Central Coast region. Now, we tend to forget how important it is to sort of stretch out and be out of our own area. So my little bubble is up in the northern part of the Central Coast. Gorgeous place to be, but my goodness, the Central Coast itself, it's just this little haven really, isn't it? I know Central Coast can get a bad rap. Sorry about my struggling today. I'm having a bit of my brain's not quite there. We can get a bit of a bad rap for different reasons, but for the most part, what a gorgeous place to live. It's certainly a pretty area. It's an area that He's just woven and weaves and does all his beautiful things that, in terms of creation, we're just surrounded. So we are so incredibly blessed. And I've spoken a little bit about some of those places this morning. We talked about Crackneck. That was a good walk. We've spoken about the lighthouse at Nora Head. Obviously, that's not a God-made thing, but I tell you what, the creation that surrounds it's just phenomenal. Yeah, we're just surrounded by nature. It's pretty cool. So for now, though, I'm going to take things in a little bit of a different direction. This one's not a God. If we're talking creation, God didn't specifically put all this together. One thing my kids actually, I think it was my 3-year-old just recently was talking about, he said, Mum, God made, I think he was talking about cars. And I said, well, mate, God's given us the things to make the cars with, and that's what's absolutely fantastic. He said he's given us all these things that we can get creative with. And I guess that's the thing is we can enjoy nature and just take it just in its beautiful form. And there's also certainly a need to explore what other people have done and what they've put together and the way that they create things. So the Gospel Regional Gallery and Art Centre, they're in Webb Street, East Gosford. I have not been there myself, but I have heard great things about them. It's from what I understand, it's a free gallery to the public. And they've got gardens there too that are absolutely gorgeous. So that may be a good option if you've got nothing, especially if it's too hot, if it's a day where you're kind of going, oh, I don't really want to go anywhere that's too uncomfortable today. That might be a good option for you, just to sort of just stay in the cool. And yeah, if you're up here on holidays, obviously you're kind of thinking about what you can do while you're here. That's an option for those days that are either rainy or sticky and hot and just uncomfortable, just to escape. From what I understand, It was a gallery that's opened in April 2000, so it's been around for just over 20 years, almost 25. Whew, that's a bit scary. And they're constantly changing, so it looks like it's a gallery that's changing quite often in terms of the stuff that you can see there and experience there. Yeah, certainly an option for you anyway. And from what I understand, there is a cafe and a function centre there as well. Certainly worth looking into if you're thinking, what will I do with the next few days? Especially if you've got kids that are I know that not all kids are into that sort of stuff, but sometimes it's just the experience of just seeing something different that the kids enjoy, and it helps you to feel like, you know what, I've been out of the house. The kids have had something else to do other than just, playing the same things with the same kids, and even with yourself if you're thinking, you're probably over me, mate, or if you've got a daughter, if you're thinking, what do I do with her today? Yeah, we're looking for all sorts of options when we're parents, aren't we? What can we do to keep them entertained? And that's certainly part of the gig of being a mum or a dad some days. Anyway, that's kind of where I was going to go with that this morning. I'm going to leave it with that one, and we will look at some more in the next couple of segments. But just wanted to remind you before we do that today at 8:30 we do have our church on the radio. Sorry, that's at 10 a.m. I'm having a shocker today. My brain is well and truly fried. I think I'm too far into holiday season. What I meant to say is at 8:30 we have New Beginnings with Greg Laurie. And then I was going to say at 10 a.m. we've got church on the radio. Wow, I really need a holiday for myself, don't I? Anyway, maybe don't answer that. All right, I'll see you guys back here while I try and recollect my thoughts, get my brain together and see where we end up. Looking forward to seeing you guys soon. Have a fantastic, chill, enjoy this song. See you guys soon. Good morning, Central Coast. It is awesome to have you guys here, and welcome back to Rhema CC. I am Lindy Jones, your Sunday morning host. I just want to say welcome to Sunday, welcome to 2024. Yes, I did say it. I know it's probably feeling a little bit like, hang on, we've already been here for a week. Yeah, I know, but this is our first time back together, and on a Sunday. You guys have had lots of awesome people popping in and out throughout the week, but it's the first Sunday for you and I, so I hope your first week has actually been quite good. Now, this morning we've been talking about different ideas of what, things we can do in our own backyard, the things we just tend to overlook from time to time just because, we live here. You kind of get caught up in whatever's in your world, the things you need to be doing, and we forget quite often that we can just explore what's around us. We've got so much gorgeous nature and so many things to really enjoy and take in. So it's certainly something we often need, that little nudge, I guess, from time to time, just to say, hang on a sec, get back to nature. You've got it all around you, so enjoy it. Speaking of nature, the Booty Coastal Walk. Now, I have mentioned earlier this morning that I am not a bushwalker by any means. I don't enjoy it. I have made myself go on all the walks, not all the walks, but a lot of walks with my husband because that's his thing, and I am not someone who enjoys it much at all. But the Booty Coastal Walk, well, that one, yeah, that's a bit of a game changer. It is absolutely breathtaking. It is honestly, it's just, if you haven't done it and you can put yourself in a position where you can walk, it can be quite warm, especially in summer days. I know our family's done it quite often during the summer breaks. It can be quite warm, so just make sure you have got your water and hat and all that stuff that you basically kind of need anyway. So sunscreen, all those things. Take a bit of a picnic if you can, if you've got anything that you can throw in the bag and just take with you. It's a great escape. It really is just beautiful though. It's just, there's one particular spot I just remember just standing, you guys will know it if you've done the walk, but you're just standing on the cliff's edge and it's just like, oh wow, it's just, I think in those moments you have the understanding of how little we are and how big God is, when you just stand there and you can just take it for all it is. And there's certainly something about just getting out and amongst the fresh air. My kids and I, as I said, we're not bushwalkers. My older girls especially are like, oh, I can't believe we're doing this again. And every time, especially my eldest, Every single time we'd have nope, you're going to go do this. We've got to go and do this. We're going to have some family time. Every time we did it, she put up a fight. Within about 10 to 15 minutes, she was like, yeah, we're cool. This is good. The booty walk is a great place to do that. It is a place for the kids that don't want to go anywhere. It's a good place for them to get out and get some fresh air and just forget what's at home, because, we could be sitting at home just, pressing buttons on different devices, or we can be out there and just celebrating God's creation. And there's certainly some beautiful places to stop on the Booty Coaster walk. So if you haven't done it, yeah, absolutely look into doing that. See what you can do when you can take a few hours just to kind of just unwind through nature. It's gorgeous. I'm going to also, do I have time? Why not? We'll go to Avoca Beach. That was one of my favourite holiday places as a kid. I don't live there myself. As I said, I'm kind of up the northern end, but it's still one of those places. I don't know if you guys who do live at Avoca Beach, yeah. I'm not sure if it still feels like a holiday region to you, but every time I go down there, it just feels like a great little escape. It's just a pretty little spot. And I don't know if they still do it, but we often just hire the kayaks and stuff that are at the back of Avoca Beach. That's actually a really good way to keep the kids entertained. It's not overly expensive, and again, it's a day out. It's one of those things they can take turns with. But the beach itself, I mean, you've got all the shops that line up Avoca Beach. It's just a pretty little escape. So that's certainly another place to check out on the coast if you happen to be up here on a holiday, or if you're just kind of just wondering what to do during the holidays, if you're looking at ideas to explore as a, let's say, tourist in your own backyard. Avoca Beach is a great place to just do that. So, yeah, get out and enjoy some nature these holidays. And more than anything, just enjoy the time that you have with your family and your friends to be able to do so. Because you know what? Unfortunately, before too long, we're all back to real life. So I'm sure some of you are probably rolling your eyes right now and saying, I'm already there. I'm so sorry if that's the case. Hopefully your time will come where you can call time out for a little while anyway. But yeah, certainly some things you can think about you want to do as you get closer to your holiday time. Yeah. All right, guys, I'm going to be back shortly and I will see you then. Good morning, Central Coast, and welcome to Rhema CC. It's awesome to have you guys, as I've said previously, because you are awesome. I'm more than certain. This morning we've been talking things a little bit differently. We normally talk on a deeper level. I sort of go into a deeper theme and sort of explore things from a spiritual perspective. But today I'm not doing that. Today I'm trying to just keep it surface level because, hey, we're still on holidays. Sometimes you just need to just call time out and let your brain just be, just like your body sometimes just needs to rest. So I'm not going to challenge you too much today, but I am going to throw some more things at you as ideas for exploring the Central Coast region. Obviously, some of you might be tourists at the moment. You may be just visiting us for a holiday. And I have to say welcome again if you are. It is great to have you here on the Central Coast. We love living here. We're a little bit, what should I say? Well, we'll share the region with you for a little while, but we do like to claim it for ourselves. So it is a gorgeous place to live. I joke, of course, anyone's welcome here. We love to have you guys here. We love our tourists. We love having those who just want to see and celebrate this region, because there are certainly some beautiful things to do, some beautiful things to see, and some great people to meet. And that's one of the awesome things about the region. As I said earlier, if you are visiting, absolutely. If you want to jump in and see some new faces, if you want to meet anyone from different churches in the area, there's a lot to go by. And we actually have a list on the Rhema website. So you jump on the rhema.cc website. There's some options there for you to look at different ideas for who you might want to visit. If you want to go and visit a church today, by all means, that's a great idea too. Now, I've tried to stay away from things that cost a lot of money because I know it can be quite an expensive time of year. I'm sure plenty of you, and I'm sure our family as well, will be playing catch up a little bit for a few weeks as you get ready to go back to normal life, especially if you've got kids at home with you on holidays. But I am going to throw just a couple of things in that might be a little bit more, not necessarily costly, but might sort of make the experience a little bit more, well, from a financial perspective, might cost you a little bit. So the Australian Reptile Park is certainly one of those. I haven't been there for quite some time, but I know my kids love it. I'm sure that they'll be jumping on the idea as they're listening to this, going, yeah, let's do that. And I'm certainly not trying to promote any business in any way, but I'm just throwing some ideas out there. But they're obviously a park where you can go and see nature, doing nature stuff in a setting where it's kind of a tourist type setting. So yeah, absolutely, that's an option for you. And they have Australian wildlife. There's the Australia Walkabout Wildlife Park too. Just trying to think. I don't know a lot about them anymore because my kids are just that little bit older. Having said that, I've got little ones, so I kind of forget what's out there, and you know, when you don't think about it until you need to, and then suddenly you're going, oh yeah, what's an idea? But yeah, there's treetops. That's an option too. Obviously, that costs as well. You've got a few, you've got lots of options out there for things to do. Some of the free things on the Central Coast that haven't been mentioned, though, that might be worth considering. There's the Bulgandri Art Site. That's an Aboriginal place. I'm just trying to find the actual address for you. It's in Brisbane Water National Park, and it's known as a special landscape of well-preserved Aboriginal engravings. So that might be really cool for you to take the kids to. That's at Woy Woy Road near Carryong. And again, as I said, it's in Brisbane Water National Park. So I haven't seen that myself, but it would be really cool to see. So I might have to take my kids to that one as well. The Ken Duncan Gallery. Now, I hadn't even thought to mention that, but that's an idea as well. And it's always nice to support other people who can share in the creativity. And from a Christian perspective, his stuff is obviously a lot of, I don't even really know where I'm going with it, but, just to bring to life creation. And he does that certainly through his photography. His gallery is at 414 The Entrance Road, Erina Heights. And they've got a nice little place to eat and stuff too if you're wanting to make it into a day out. So that might be an option for you. Trying to think of any other places. The Glenworth Valley Outdoor Adventures. What have we got here? Running of the Horses. Now what? They're at 69 Cooks Road, Glenworth Valley. So that's an option too. It's got the Running of the Horses. I'm just looking this up on a website while I'm talking to you, actually. The Running of the Horses occurs at about 4 to 4:30 each day. And you're probably best to call them first just to confirm that it's going ahead, that it's okay to attend, and it's for free. So from what I can see here, it just says about 200 horses are mustered out of the riding yards and across the river to their night pastures. That's certainly something I'm going to take a note of because that sounds pretty cool to see. And of course, you've got all sorts of beaches across the Central Coast. So we are beyond blessed to be able to just call beach life our life. Some of the things I mentioned in front of me at the moment, obviously you've got Umina, you've got Pelican Beach, Lobster Beach, that's in Booty National Park, and I just spoke about that a little while ago. Avoca Beach, Little Beach, you've got Soldiers Beach up where we are, we've got, I've gone completely blank, Baddo Bay, but I can't think what it's actually called. I don't know. But it's, is it Shelley Beach? I think that's what I'm trying to think of. Coastal bushwalks, pelican feeding. These are all things I've mentioned this morning, but you don't have to spend a lot of money on the coast to have a bit of fun and to just see nature for what it is. So make sure you make the most of the opportunity today and in the coming weeks just to get out and explore the awesome, awesome things we have in this region. I know it's been a lot today, a lot of probably, it's not too deep stuff, but it's kind of a lot of things happening. Your brain's probably going, oh, ping, ping, ping. Try and take notes of different things if you've been listening for most of the morning. I do hope you're able to get out and about I do hope my voice retains itself and actually holds out till the end of this show, because it feels like it's going. But yeah, I do want to wish you guys a fantastic 2024. I just pray for blessings over you. And I pray this first week has been a really special week for you as you enter this next year. I'm going to see you guys back next week. Can't wait. Looking forward to that. I'm just trying to think what we're going to do next week. Let me have a little think. I do have it in front of me. Let's see. We are talking back to school, back to normal. Okay. I'm yet to work out what that actually looks like, but just to give you a heads up what's coming, we will see. Anyway, I hope you guys have a blessed week. Wishing you plenty of God's love and blessings as you go about from day to day. Have a fantastic one, and I will see you guys shortly. Don't forget, Church on the Radio starts at 10 o'clock. All right. Have a fantastic one, guys. See ya.